Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once more. We are facing a major setback after the draw yesterday. It's very painful for us, all Chelsea fans. But there is a hope. According to this Sky Sport presenter, when they are discussing about Chelsea, he said that Gary Neville quickly ruled Chelsea out, saying Chelsea is not good enough to win the Premier League. Let us listen to what the Sky Sport presenter said after Gary Neville statement against Chelsea, so we will understand what it really means. Let us listen and we will analyze everything later.
Right, Darryl, how frustrating will that be for Chelsea's owners and whoever's running the club that they got a lot of praise even though it was only a draw at the weekend because they did that with 10 men against Arsenal. They were brilliant.
I called them last year.
And they do that against Leeds.
Listen, last year I was on the radio and I said I think Chelsea, their ownership, have got a lot of criticism. They're going to do well, and they won a couple of trophies. I've liked them this season. I think Gary's been a bit of a drama queen. Look, it's far too early in the season to be writing people off and saying there's no chance of winning the title. Chelsea have got a big squad. They've got a manager who's got a certain style. There's a long way to go. Last night was a bad moment. It was a bad result. Maybe it's the kind of result that you need at times. You're getting carried away. You beat Barcelona. You're going toe to toe with Arsenal with 10 men, a young group. Sometimes maybe it's like feet on the floor. You've gone to Leeds, or you're expected to be fighting relegation, and you've been turned over. You've had a bad night. Maybe that might just adjust them a little bit. And it's rather you happen now than in March. So it's not a bad thing this side of Christmas for that to happen. My opinion.
Has he got a point about their spine though?
No.
It's not Czech, Terry, Lampard like it was.
We're not living in the 90s.
A lot of the Chelsea fans are saying that they in the summer they should have signed a goalkeeper and a centre back. Yeah. I mean that would be part of
whatever, you know. I agree on the goalie position. That's something maybe they needed to have sorted out.
He was very good against Arsenal.
He was very good against Arsenal, but everyone says he's got a ricket in him. He's got a mistake in him. There's an issue. Look, they're not perfect. They obviously need strengthening in some areas, but look at Liverpool at the moment. Everyone thought they had the greatest recruitment window in the last 20 years in the Premier League, and look where they are right now. I think, again, we're here talking about almost like a crisis at Chelsea because they had a bad result last night. And then you go back 2 weeks ago in the Champions League and you look at what they did and you look at what they did against Arsenal. I think it's just we're being a bit tad dramatic.
And I know, Peterborough, it's well known that you focus on youth.
Yep.
Bringing you through, and it certainly got its benefits. But for a club like Chelsea, do they need some maybe older heads?
They're not going to change the policy. I say this to Peterborough, to the fans all the time. I'm always really transparent. We're not going to wake up tomorrow and sign a load of 29-year-old and 30-year-olds. I understand people want it at times. The experience. Experience is overrated. I've seen young teams do magnificent things. I've seen under Alex Ferguson young teams do magnificent things. The Chelsea ownership model is what it is. They've told you what it is. They're not going to go out and change that and sign a spine of players that are like 27 to 30 years old, world-class players, straight off the bat. It's not the model that they want, the model that they have. So we can debate it, we can argue, fans can come on and we're about to speak to one and go, I don't like it, and we need to go out and sign an experienced player. It's not going to happen. So one of the most exciting things about Arsenal about 3 years ago was they signed some really good young players. Now everyone would argue, well, they've got some experience as well and sprinkled it in. Now they're ready to win the league. That's not the ownership model for Chelsea. Arsenal have maybe a different model when it comes to transfers and whatever else. And they're backing their horse. Their manager's been there a few years. So for me, Chelsea will be fine. I think they'll have a successful season. I think they'll compete right to the end. And I think they'll strengthen in January.
Do you like their model, though?
Yes. Love their model. I've got no problem with their model. I also have an unbelievable academy.
If if Peterborough were in the Premier League, which of course you hope to be, and, it's not beyond the realms of possibilities.
Do it, any of us can do it.
What would you do? Would your policy still be the same as it is now?
My policy for the first year would be like Sunderland, go spend 100 million abroad, try and stay in the league for the first year, and then invest in my academy and the best young talent in the country. Absolutely. For a club our size, and Chelsea are a massive football club, you have to have a certain model and a way of doing it. Chelsea ownership have gone in there and gone, we think with the best scouting, the best talent spotting, we can fund this and make it sustainable and do it a certain and different way. And we can go out and buy the best young talent. We buy other clubs. And they've only been there a couple of years. And last year they made the Champions League. They won 2 trophies. I think they deserve the benefit of the doubt. They're already being talked about in a title race in year 3 of the project. So it wouldn't surprise me if Chelsea were still there and not win the title this year, but win it next year.
Right. Okay. Well, let's speak to a Chelsea fan now. Connor Holden joins us. Good morning to
Do you agree with what he said? If you look very well, what he said is not bad, because it's easy to write Chelsea off always. Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher, they have agenda against Chelsea always. Always they say bad things about Chelsea. So what do you think about what this guy said? Feel free to leave your comment in the comment section below. Please subscribe to the channel, on your notification bell. See you in my next video. Bye for now.